Today on Whisky Straight I'm exploring threes. Yes, that is threes, not trees. And those threes are triple distillation, triple maturation and a trio of whiskies, grain, malt and pot still. And those threes are all things that are very special to Tullamore DEW. So stay tuned to see how they all blend together in the 12-year-old expression. Greetings from the Emerald Isle, whisky lovers. My name's Al and this is Whisky Straight. What's up, whisky lovers? I'm Al and thanks for joining me for another episode of Whisky Straight. If you're a returning subscriber, many thanks for your ongoing support. I really do appreciate it. Now, on the other hand, if it's your first time here, you're very welcome. Please listen on, check out my other reviews, and please do consider subscribing. Now, first off, before we get into the review proper, I want to go and give you a wee bit of a background about Tullamore DEW. The distillery was established in Tullamore in 1829, but the actual Tullamore DEW didn't really become a thing until the 1890s, thanks to a guy called Daniel E. Williams. Now, he worked at the distillery for over 60 years, starting off as a stable boy and ending up as the owner. Now, that is quite a story, and his legacy lives on through his initials on each bottling. Now, these days Tullamore DEW is owned by William Grant & Sons, and they opened a new distillery in Tullamore in 2014. Now, this Tullamore DEW I have here, as you can see, it is an older bottling, and the actual new version is a lot more modern looking. Now, I've been searching about and I haven't really been able to find out a whole pile about this older bottling, but it appears to be part of a bottling that was produced in the Middleton distillery from 1975 onwards for quite a few years. Now, as far as the Tullamore DEW process goes, it doesn't give much away on the box or the bottle, but I do believe it does adhere to those power of threes that Tullamore DEW refers to when they talk about the beauty of the blend. Now, if I'm wrong, please let me know and comment down below and I'll check it out. So, if you look back to review 13, I ascertained that the original Tullamore DEW was a good entry-level Irish whisky. So let's see if there is indeed any power in the 12. So let's get into the nosing. Straight off, it's light and fruity. Now, I'm getting red fruits there, and with that there's coming in some hint of sherry trifle. That's followed by a bit of citrus, mostly lemon, and a kind of an, what can you put it, an outdoorsy woody note, and it's all quite light and sweet. Now, as you get more into the glass, it's still mellow, but there is a touch more intensity. Those fruits, they're a bit darker, they're more dried. It's like sultanas and raisins, and there is a sort of like essence of a buttery feel, and with that there's coming some maltiness, chocolate, and even a hint of butterscotch. Alright folks, time to give it a whirl on the palate and to see how it compares to the nose. Now, that initial lightness and sweetness that's there on the nose, it's not really reflective of what you get in the palate. Straight off here, I'm getting dried fruits, again those raisins and sultanas, and with it there's coming like a touch of spice, and there's a distinct malty chocolate flavour coming in there as well. Now, bring on the second sip, that chocolate flavour is a bit more prominent, but on the back of it there's There's like a kind of a bitter lemon, and that really just doesn't do it for me. And then there's marzipan coming in as well, and it's just no, it really, that combination of the lemon and the marzipan, it just doesn't work for me. It's really quite off-putting, but let's bear with it. Now, as we're getting into it a bit more, the dark dried fruits come through again, and even bringing with it a good cloud of dark oak. Now, interestingly, as it goes towards the back of the palate, instead of getting darker as I usually find with my pours, it's getting a bit lighter, and some of that lemon comes through in the end as well. But it's a nicer lemon. It's not that bitter lemon that I got on the previous sip. Now, overall, this is a decent whisky. There are lots of good things going on, and it does have a really very nice mouthfeel. Dare I say it, it's pretty smooth. And you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with saying it's smooth. Some people say you can't say smooth, but if it's smooth, it's smooth. Simple as. However, this particular bottling, it is lacking in the quality you'd expect from a 12-year-old. It's very drinkable, don't get me wrong, but it just comes across as a tad bland to me. It's, how can I put it, it's like a depressed whisky that once had a bit of spark, but somewhere along the line that spark is gone. And when you take into account that it's 55 quid, it's also too expensive for what you're getting here. Another great alternative would be Powers John's Lane. It's cheaper and so much better. However, if you really do want one of these older bottlings, check out the auction sites, because from what I've seen when I was researching this, you could get a bottle of this for half the price. And if you had half the price, yes, it's a good bargain, it's good value for money. Now, I'm prepared to give this another chance, so I'm going to let it sit for a while. I'm going to let it open up, and I'm going to revisit it, and I'll try to acquire one of the newer bottlings for a bit of comparison. So folks, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate your support. So until next time, stay safe, enjoy your whisky, and may your troubles be less, may your blessings be more, and may nothing but happiness come through your door. Sláinte whisky friends.